Hi everyone, it looks like I threw you a curveball in that the language tutor exercise is trickier than I thought it was, at least if you do it the way the write-up asks you to do it. It looked simple to me, but this is a case in which Alice's handy drag and drop interface that doesn't let you make a syntax mistake actually gets in your way. This is Kira's solution, and it's really the only reasonable approach you can take without more information. What she did was define three actions for the cat and have it take a different action depending on which word is clicked. So the cat announces what's going on, and if you click the wrong word, you get that. And if you choose the right word, the cat is really happy for you. So that's great. Alright, here's my trickier version. Let me first of all show you what it does. If you click on the wrong word, the cat shakes its head. And if you click on the right word, it says CC. As a matter of fact, if you click on anything but the right word, it will shake its head, including its head. So the most visible difference between this and what Kira did is that there's only one event for a mouse click. If you click the mouse on anything, it calls this select word method and passes along the object the mouse clicked on as a parameter. And it's up to this routine to determine what was clicked on and have the cat say CC if it's correct and shake its head if it's wrong. So the tricky part is in this function. So let's take a look at it. The first thing you have to know is that Alice has no logic for comparing two objects. If you want to determine whether the object passed as a parameter is the correct object, you have to convert both the object and the thing you're comparing it with to strings, and then compare the strings. Fortunately, in the world there is a function to do this, and that is the as a string function. And what this does is take an object and return that object's name. Fortunately, that's good enough because, as I can show you here, I'll try to give this the name cat, and Alice won't let me do that. It insists that every object in the world have a different name. So that's helpful. So I defined a local variable as a string right here, and what I want to do is give this variable the name of the object that is passed by the mouse click. So let me undo my handiwork here and show you how that works. So I just drag this down here and I get set value, and I will just give it something random just to start out. And then what I can do, go to world level and find this as a string function and just drop that in there, and the menu will ask me what I want to convert to a string, and I just go down to here to expressions and select the object parameter. So now the name of whatever the mouse clicked on will be in this object string variable. Now there's another problem. Let me undo my handiwork once again. This function is a Boolean function. It returns true or false. And when you first create the function, it basically returns true. And you have to replace that value with whatever you computed. Now, if I try to put a comparison in here, A equals B, it insists that A and B be numbers. If I try to drop a string in here, it won't let me put that inside the comparison. So you cannot take one of these expressions and then put strings in it. What you can do is if you put a string, okay, timeout, I'm going to have to restart Alice. It does that to me every now and then. Stand by. Okay, as I was about to say, if you drag a string to where a Boolean, also known as a logical, also known as a true-false value, is expected, then, well, I'll show you what will happen in a moment. Unfortunately, on top of that, it has to be a string variable. This string function here, you'll notice if I try to drag it here, it has the red outline, meaning it won't go there. If I drag this string variable in, however, it gives me a green for go, but it also prompts me for a comparison. So I want to see if this string is equal to, and I can choose an expression, and we'll just choose the object string itself. Now this is always true, of course. The object string is always equal to itself. But after that, we can replace it by dragging this function over here. And now finally it lights up green, and it will prompt us for what we want to compare it to. And what we want to compare it to is this 3D Gato word. Okay, so when the mouse is clicked, this select word function is called. It passes the object clicked on to whirl to this isGato function, and let's look what that does. It converts the object clicked on to a string, and it compares that string with the string of the 3D Gato word. So if you click on the Gato word, it will return true, and if you click on anything else, it will return false. So now going back here, you can see that that gives the desired result. So let's do it one more time. So if you think that was too much work just to make the cat do what it did, I completely agree with you. But there will come a time in Alice, if you keep programming with it, that you will have to do things like compare objects and so forth. So hopefully this pain will be beneficial somewhere down the road. Okay, if you're already confused, then stop the video or stick your fingers in your ears, because there's something still wackier I have to show you. Once Alice understands that you have a string comparison right here, you can take the asAstring function and replace this local variable. And then you get a menu. You can choose the object argument, and then you can just throw this away. And you can throw this away too. So basically, we used the string variable to sort of beat Alice over the head to convince it to let us do a string comparison here. And now we are directly comparing the object parameter that was passed as a string with the target word as a string, or rather the target word object as a string. So at this point, I think Alice has gone off into Wonderland, and maybe we should call it a day. Thanks for watching.